All right, for anybody just joining us, or if you happen to be watching on YouTube, hello and welcome to Tiny Bookshop, Bookstonbury's love of books. New Tiny Bookshop sparks passionate discussions, mere days after their arrival in the book scene. Mobile Seller has Bookstonbury's literature scene abuzz, but what makes for a pleasant browsing experience? According to Tilde Sankelund, former bookstore owner, the secret lies in the selection. The more books that match customers' taste, the higher the chances they will find what they are looking for. You're not wrong there. For those readers who might not yet know what to look for, the review recommends seeking the assistance of your local bookseller. Yep, there we go. So I don't want to spend too much on the restocks. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this cheap one to try and get a little bit of a bump on my stock, because I'm trying to also save up for this coffee machine. I feel like the coffee machine is like one of my huge priorities. Very small window of books that you really like, and Wrinkle of Time is one of those. That's fair. And like I said, I did read it, and I have like a box set of the series, because The Wrinkle in Time is the first in a series, and I think I read this. It was the second one in that series too. I don't know. The characters just seem, or at least some of the characters just seemed a little like almost like they tag along for the ride, and they don't really do much. But considering the time that it had come out in too, like I know it's definitely from its time as it is at the very least, like I will say, it is not bad. It's a nice little mix of like sci-fi and fantasy in there, because it is like what, an interplanetary travel thing going on, but using like a little bit of a fantasy spin, along with being a little bit of a like it has a little bit of a maybe not full-blown 1984, but the whole other world and evil presence out there is like it kind of has that vibe of like, yeah, no, the evil presence is definitely trying to do something in that kind of vein. The kind of like absolute big brother levels of control kind of way. So let's see, the lighthouse is something we need to go to. We also need to go to Mega Marsh. It is Monday, and okay, so they're not having that thing today, but I am going to go ahead and head to Mega Marsh. I got that destination first. So how about we start with stocking crime books? Let's do a full set of crime. I have a lot of travel and kids books. Yeah, I have a lot of travel. Okay, maybe I load up travel here. Some kids, some classics, some fantasy, some facts, just a little bit of everything, because I don't have enough stuff to like fully dedicate like an entire thing. So let's try for this. At least after my first visit here, I'll have a in middle school for the first time, read it again sometime later. And that's another thing, is like I have noticed there are books I've read as a kid. I feel when I was a young kid, I read like a lot of the Animorph series, but I'm sure if I went back and reread it as an adult, I would look at them and be like, the fuck was wrong with me? Although I also didn't make it through the whole series, because when I was younger was when the books were just coming out. That might be something I look into eventually, though, just to kind of get that retrospective on it. You actually have a bunch of them on your bookshelf. That is beautiful. I now with at least as a literary thing, like I can appreciate how they were written, where each book was basically from the perspective of a different one of the characters. Like that's kind of a cool thing in itself. There we go. I can knock over trash cans. Ha! What? Oh, wait. I prefer to read uncomplicated books. I quite like a thrilling story. Can't get enough of the Silence of the Lambs. Okay, something that's not complicated, so probably not too long. And something in thrilling. Okay, a Study in Scarlet, like, that might not exactly be thrill. Ooh, Jekyll and Hyde. You know what? I'm just going to point you straight to Jekyll and Hyde. There we go. 100% meant for younger kids. Probably read through one of those books in an hour or two. Yeah, exactly. I've also been reading in the more contemporary vein. I've been reading some of the Five Nights at Freddy's, the Fazbear Fright series. I got some box sets at a discount store, and they are definitely like in that similar vein as Goosebumps, except maybe a little more gruesome. Because people actually die in them. Hey, mate, good to see you again. You mind if I hang around a bit? I need to do some writing. You know how I told you about my band? Yeah, I wanted to work on a concept album while our bassist is away, but it hasn't been going super well. I even took some time off work to focus better. But I'm just absolutely out of ideas here. Like, it's been weeks and I got nothing. I'm starting to get a bit stressed, to be honest with you. Don't want to disappoint everyone. You got any ideas for me, mate? Let's see. Song about... Okay, he has a little bit of that, like, dude vibe to him, but I'm gonna go with not getting drunk. He's not much of a booze guy. Nah, mate. Romance isn't really my thing, so I wouldn't know anything about that. I want more of a prog rock thing going on. Like, the whole album needs to tell a story. A book series. Choo-choo. So Klaus, want to help Klaus recommend books he likes. Okay. Hopefully he'll ask me for a recommendation so we can try and get him something. Oh, I keep forgetting the typewriter. Ooh. Blank page, huh? It looks nice and pristine like that. I probably shouldn't write on it just yet. Yeah, it's better left empty rather than writing just anything. I'll be back with some ideas tomorrow. Okay, so I need to actually interact with the typewriter. The haunted typewriter. Ooh, okay, cool. Klaus is asking for something. I'm getting more into nonfiction these days, and I wouldn't mind something niche. Fact books are my usual go-tos. Anything for me? Okay, so we need some fact books. Let's see. Maybe not the PCs. Tangled Life. He's very... Oh, Devoir family, a success story. Wait! This is a book about the cafe owners. Huh. You know what? How about that one? Oh! I haven't heard of the Devoir... Okay, you're talking about how you haven't heard of the book, right? I mean, I also didn't know that, the cafe owners had their own book. I wonder if they sell it in their cafe. Hope I'm not poaching their sales. Ooh, yay, another recommendation. What do we got here? I'm sorry, I have to pick up my kid in a bit. I can only commit to something with less than 200 pages, but I can't read classics. Allergies. They're allergic to classics. Okay, so a short book. And that's the only thing they're giving me really is a short book, less than 200 pages. Definitely not Game of Thrones. Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen. You know what? Not only are manga short, they're also like very quick reads because of the picture flow. What? You just said less than 200 pages. That was less than 200 pages. Oh, you missed it earlier. I was losing my shit because somebody was asking about graphic novels and romance, and I suggested Sailor Moon. And they said, "Oh, but I wanted a graphic novel." And I'm looking at them like, "What are you on about?" I am still losing my shit over that Sailor Moon thing. And that was absolutely less than 200. Not only was it less than 200 pages, you would have breezed right through it because manga does not take very long to read. Like a standard volume, that's like maybe an hour or two most of the time. I was legit losing my mind over that. That if I was actually in that building, I would have scared the 8-year-old that comes by and is looking for books all the time. Ugh. I can't believe people. I suggest Jujutsu Kaisen was less than 200 pages. It was like 190 something, and it's manga. It's a very quick read. Just ugh, people, dude.